things just aren't as much fun when you're on your own, typically. Maybe I'll get used to it. This has been my life now for a couple years. It's probably going to be in my life for a lot longer. And things just aren't as fun. And I never thought about it or realized it. It never crossed my mind when I was part of a couple. I have my USA swag on today. Going down to the school, they're having a ball game, uh, and they're honoring the community's veterans. Before the game, they're having a reception. So you know, all the veterans in the area will get to hang out with each other and just talk. And then during the game, at some point, call us out on the floor. Our superintendent, he's just the man. He rocks. He just loves the military because of his grandpa, and he just honors veterans. And so he's always coming up with these different ways to just recognize the sacrifices that our military has made to create America. And so we're going down there. We'll have this reception. And if my husband were here, he would be so excited. He would be just really looking forward to it. It's just a bunch of guys, mostly guys. I'll be there, maybe another woman or two. Not many of us. But you just hang out with everybody. You see people that you haven't seen since Veterans Day, probably. And, they'll just make a big deal over us. It's always a wonderful ceremony. And I appreciate that. But now that I'm on my own, things just aren't as fun. I know that's bad. But you always wonder when you go into a venue, where am I going to sit? Who am I going to sit with? Am I going to be a third wheel? Because I just walk in and the first person I recognize, typically, I just sit down at his table. I just sit down and we all start talking. If you are military, it's like a brotherhood. It never leaves you. I served in the 1980s, so it's been a long time ago. But it doesn't matter. It follows you everywhere. Wherever you go, you're welcomed with open arms. We just love each other, support, and encourage one another. And so, but still, when you go into a place like that by yourself, it's really hard. When I first lost my husband, my nephew, who was amazing, he was so supportive, one of my biggest support systems at the time, his daughter was getting married, and of course they invited me to the wedding, and it was just a couple months after my husband, and I really wanted to go because they were so sweet to me, so encouraging and loving. And I sent my, you save the date, I sent that back, and I was all ready. But about a day or two before the wedding, I just couldn't do it. I could not go to that wedding and sit there by myself. And I know, whatever, everybody there would have been loving and accepting, but still, I couldn't do it. I didn't go. And I sent my regrets, sent a gift, and I just didn't go. And it's really hard, especially in the beginning. I don't know if you're there, but where do you sit at a ball game? And the ball game tonight, not only are they going to have the reception and we're all going to go out into the court and all that, but there's a game going on, 2 games. So I have to sit there. Who do I sit with? And I've been out of the school community. I'm older, so I've been out of the school community for a while, so I'm not going to know a lot of people. But who do I sit with? Where do I go? Am I going to feel like a third wheel? Because they're there and they're cheering their kid or their grandkid and talking about things that I probably don't know about. So you feel so awkward, especially in the beginning. It does get better. You do get used to it. This life that that you don't want to be a part of. You're now in a club and you don't want to be in this club. You never asked to join. You would do anything to get out of this club, but you're in it. If you are, in my situation, widow, widower, you don't want to be in this group. God love them, but you don't want to be included, but you are. And it's just really hard. And it's just so awkward. And it makes me think of all the people beforehand, before I lost my husband. It never occurred to me when I went to a ball game that there were people in those stands who also did not have anybody. They had to wonder on their way over, who am I going to sit with? Am I going to run into some people where I can sit there and, am I going to just shove my way in on their little clique? And it's just, you do get used to it. Time is your friend. It does get easier. You don't want to be in this club, but you are. You're a member. And it does get easier. So I do want to encourage you there. But anyway, yeah, it's just the way that it is. I also want to encourage you today. It's not Veterans Day, but we're having the ball game and to honor the veterans. So honor a veteran today. Thank them. No matter your politics, no matter how you feel about certain subjects, people sacrificed and gave so that we could enjoy the freedoms that we have in this country. America is not perfect, not at all. Nobody ever said it was, but we keep striving for that. We strive to include everybody and love everyone. So encouragement today, so respect, so honor, so compassion and patience for people. I have been walking around long enough to know whatever you sow is what you will reap. Of course, it's in the Bible, but even if it wasn't, my life experiences have told me whatever you sow, that will you also reap. So if you reap respect for people, I go out in the field for work and everybody tells me, oh, I could not do your job. Because sometimes people are just dang mean. They're just rude, especially if you work for the government, because they don't like the government for whatever reason, taxes or administrations, whatever, and they take it out on Teresa like I have anything to do with it. But people can be that way. People can be really rude. But I typically have a pretty easy go of it because I believe if I sow respect to the house that I speak with or whatever, that's typically what I get back. Not always, but typically. So if you sow respect today to someone, you sow patience in traffic, you sow kindness and understanding and just love, typically that's what you're going to reap. Not in every instance, but that is what you'll reap. So just sow that today. Honor a veteran, honor an elderly neighbor, a widow. If you know a widow, lift her up, or a widower, or someone who is alone for whatever reason. It's tough. It's really tough. So just lift them up and encourage them. Encourage me by liking and subscribing to my videos, and we'll just sow encouragement and reap it together.